Hello, everybody. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I've enjoyed reading your introductions and learning a little bit about you. Um, and we're headed into mod 2, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. You'll be again talking more about writing precisely and being direct and reading some articles. You'll have a discussion post, and everything is kind of in preparation for upcoming assignments. You'll be revising a memo, and so practicing those skills of writing more clearly and concisely, and being more direct and avoiding redundancies. Um, you'll read a great article on some tips about, as Thomas Jefferson puts it, uh, um, why use two words when one will do? So you want to try to economize your writing and avoid redundancies, repeating words. If you're a poet and you're writing poetry, or you're writing descriptively, and trying to impress impress upon the reader a particular point in a creative way, that's a different story. Then there's certain particular words or phrases that will be repeated. And we see that quite a bit in politics, where the politicians will give a speech and they are emphasizing particular points. So there's certain words and terms that get repeated quite a bit. But for our purposes, you want to try to avoid that and use a variety of word choice, etc. So some of the things you'll be reading about are how to, keep an active voice versus writing passively, all different ways to write more directly to the point. You'll avoid, for instance, starting with there is or there are. Okay. You might want to look at colloquial language, which is conversational language, which we tend to do. We use quite a bit of qualifiers in our speech. Exactly. Absolutely. It's a really good movie. I do it all the time. So in our writing, we're writing more academically, we're writing correspondences. We want to get to the point, and we could avoid and eliminate those particular fillers or words that aren't necessary that we use in our everyday speech. Another interesting thing is the negative writing, which you wouldn't think that you would. I mean, when you want to say no, you say no, but there's different ways where you can phrase things in a more positive way with positive language. So for instance, if you're saying, writing a memo about, which you will be doing, but to your employees about too much of the cell phone use, you might say something to the effect of, you will not use cell phones during customer interactions. And that makes sense that you would phrase it that way. But a better way to say it would be keep all cell phones out of sight when interacting with customers. So that would be the more positive way to say it. And it's very common to just kind of slip into that negative sort of language, but it just doesn't have the same impact. And you want your language to be positive, and the more positive it is, the more persuasive it is as well. So keep things positive. I think that's about it. So there's some articles you'll be reading, a discussion post, and then working towards module 3. You're going to be getting introduced to an annual report, which businesses are required to publish yearly. And so you'll read about all the particulars. As you know, your final culminating project you'll be comparing to annual reports and giving a visual presentation on that. And then you're also going to be looking at 2 mission statements, and that's upcoming. So you're going to be comparing 2 mission statements. So in this module, you'll also be introduced, I'm sure you have already used APA, but you'll return to APA and look at the particulars of how to do the in-text citations and the reference page, etc. So let's see. So you'll also be looking at comparison essays for that purpose as well. And how the best way to structure a comparison would be. You could do point by point or block structure. So you'll get to take a look at that as well. So again, if you have any questions at all and about upcoming assignments or something that is you're a little confused about, please feel free to email me. Again, it's online, so this is the way we do it, but I'll try to do the weekly roundabout kind of weekly videos just to update you on I'm going to try to align it with when the module is close to the module as possible. So this is module 2. And so the next thing we'll talk about would be module 3 when we get to it. But in the meantime, if there's any questions you have, any comments or concerns, please feel free to email me. We can Zoom too if you wanted to set up a one-on-one meeting that way to discuss one of the assignments or one of the concerns you have. All righty. I hope everything's going well post-holiday. Weather kind of weird, warming up. It's really hot in here, actually. So I don't really need a scarf, but it's New England weather. What can I say? All righty. Have a nice evening, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.